Hello, everybody, and welcome to Drop and Give Me 20 with Phil Rizdon. I am Phil Rizdon. Please remember to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and to subscribe and like if you're on Spotify. There you go. I don't know. Does Spotify have a like? I don't fucking know. Let's start this goddamn show, man. Guys, in case you're wondering and you're seeing me on TV or on YouTube or whatever, yes, I am wearing the same fucking shirt, okay? All right? I don't give a fuck, all right? It's because I don't care about what the world thinks about me, man. I care about what I care about myself. I care about who I am, all right? That's what I give a shit about, all right? No, it's not true. It's just I've been sick for the last few days, so I've just been wearing the exact same thing over and over and over. I love how now, you know, if you don't measure up in any sort of way, you can just kind of accuse shaming, you know. Like, I'm so sick of you guys body shaming me, clothes shaming me. Well, really, I'm just lazy, you know. It's like, you can admit it, you're just lazy. Tons of us don't give a fuck. I do that all the time, you know. Fat shaming, you know, the whole fat shaming campaign would have been great when I was in 10th fucking grade, all right, but it wasn't. So now I'm resentful and I'm angry about it. Plus I'm sick, like I told you guys. Yeah, man, it's been a rough one. I got the second dose of the vaccine the other day, and I'm feeling better today. Today is day 3, and I'm feeling way better. But the first day that I got it, like literally like got the shot, went out or whatever, that was fine. The next day was a problem. I was like sick. I had like, you know, not nausea, but I definitely had the chills. I had a bit of a fever. It was just, I was achy. It was pretty bad. It felt like a mini version of COVID, actually. So I understand what they're saying when it's like it has to give you a little bit of the disease. My thing is, why can't it just give you none of the fucking disease and cure you? All right. I know that's not scientifically possible, but I'm just saying it's a little unfair for me. Because I'm a soft man, okay? I don't like that shit. I don't like being all sneezy. It was bad, man. Dude, like, I'm feeling way better now, but I was fucking sick. I was fucking sick. I was like Spider-Man, you know, getting his powers sick. You know when Tobey Maguire gets bit by the fucking spider, and then, you know, he's like sweating and he's in bed, he's tossing and turning like he's trying to get over fucking heroin. That's what I look like. I look like Peter Parker getting his powers, or fucking Ray Charles trying to kick a drug habit, sitting in my fucking bed, just fucking sweating, you know, not knowing what's gonna happen. I'm having hallucinations and shit, right? Fuck, man. I saw my ancestors. It was great until they told me I'd never be as funny as Kevin Hart. So now I have that in my head now, on the brink of death in my bed. Come on, people. Come on. Not fun. But I'm good now. So there we go. You'll get this after a while, seeing me on this podcast, YouTube show, whatever the fuck we call it, this, you know, self-masturbation fest, you know, a podcast where nobody's on and you fucking film yourself. What's wrong with you? But you'll notice with me, you know, I am on the more optimistic side, even though I am a sad boy. You know, I don't know what it is. I just feel like the world is shitty all the time, and I know it's shitty and it's like terrible, but if we at least give a shit or like try, then maybe we can make it less shitty. You know, I think a lot of my friends will get offended or like kind of annoyed that I'll be like pessimistic where like something bad will happen. I'm like, all right, well, you know, blah, 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 try this, or, you know, or damn, that sucks, but like, fuck it, dude, we got to go for it, you know, the next day or whatever. And they get like kind of annoyed, or they'll be like, what's wrong with this guy? But that really is my view. It's like, yeah, I know things are shitty, but it's like, that's the apparent truth of the world. It's like the world is shitty, and whatever may have happened to you is bad, but it already happened. So if it already happened, then it already exists, and that is your reality, and you have to live in it and accept that. Once you accept that, then you can think of ways to get yourself out of it or transition to other things and all that shit, you know? So, yeah. Be fucking, I don't know, more optimistic. Or I don't even really think that's optimistic. I think it's actually realism, to be honest with you. I think a lot of pessimism lives in imagination. So much of pessimism is just bullshit because people are just lazy and don't want to actually admit to themselves that they could actually try and improve on the things that are happening in their world. So yeah, guys, give a shit, give a fuck. At least I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one. What was I talking about? Nothing. I'm never talking about anything on this fucking podcast. Nothing works, you know? God, life is so weird. I saw a commercial for the Empire State Building yesterday. What the fuck is that about? Have you ever seen something like that? A commercial for a building. Not for the businesses inside, but for the building. It's weird, right? Like if it's not like a football stadium or like a museum, that's strange. Am I off base here? It was so fucking weird. I guess it's turning 90, you know, this year, which is like cool. I guess. I mean, that's another thing too. It threw me off because like it's turning 90. Who gives a shit? When it turns 100, that'll be a really big deal. But even then, it's not a big deal. It's a fucking building. What? So fucking strange, man. I don't know. I guess old shit's cool. I saw a fucking a fucking picture on Twitter today of a Taco Bell from 1963, and it looked fucking cool, man. So I guess there's some old shit that's like interesting. I don't like to hate on old shit, but it's just like I've never seen a commercial. That's it seems like the most arbitrary thing you could ever do. Like I know they have tours, but other than that, it's what are you doing? You know. It's like people know about the tours. They're already going to do the tours. I mean, it's COVID, so I guess they won't. But fuck you. There's a million other things like people could be advertising for, you know, like actually good products and like I don't know. It's like a bullshit luxury. But yeah, I did see an old Taco Bell and it looked fucking cool, man. It did. It looked like one of those old Mexican like kind of like churches. Or kind of like a bell house. Like it literally was one of those old things that was like brick. It's made like brick by brick by brick. And then it has a little bell on the top. From like 1963. There's a picture with Clearwater Revival. You know, say that 3 times fast. I feel like Clearwater Revival is the the white man's holy trinity. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, baby. Oh my God, that is they're cool though. I listened to some of their music, but it was just interesting to see the structure and what it looked like, and imagine how good the food must have tasted. You know, because I don't know. Some of you people are watching internationally. America, we're like, yeah, we make good food. We do make good food. We actually do make good food, but it depends where you are. It has to be like a custom type of food. You know, like you're in New York, you go to Cat's Deli, you can get a pastrami sandwich. All right, that'll happen. You can do that. You know, you go down south, you get ribs and all that shit. But when it comes to like fast food, it's garbage. It's fucking garbage. But back in the day, fast food was just food that was made slightly faster than before. You know, you would have to wait like a little bit, you know? And it's like, I don't know, man. Yeah, dude, that 1960s Taco Bell must have been so fucking good. And it got me thinking, I'm like, what did all these other fucking fast food places, you know, taste like fucking all those years ago, you know? Like, I want to, if I had a time machine, I want to go to a McDonald's before the end of segregation. I bet you that fucking Big Mac fucking slaps, bro. I bet you that shit is fire, you know? Can you imagine that? Going to a Wendy's before Martin Luther King was shot? The fries, delicious, okay? Amazing, man. Fucking crazy. America needs better food. I mean, like, now we have, like, you know, it went from, like, fast food to, like, casual dining. So now we have, like, Chipotle and, like, Five Guys. And that's cool. But that's not a fucking excuse, okay? Because I have friends that go out to Europe. They go to different Latin countries and shit. And they'll tell me, and they're like, dude, like, the McDonald's in fucking France is better than most of our restaurants here and shit like that. So we could do better, all right, fellow Americans? We can do better. Give a shit. And also we need to be paying people a living wage. That is coming from me, Phil Rizdon, an unqualified financial advisor who currently is overdrafted on his bank account. So you heard it here, baby. Oh, my God. What else has been going on? We're at like 10 minutes now. I love how I can see. You guys don't notice this, but when I record and stuff, I do a selfie version of the thing. So, like, number one, I'm staring at my beautiful face that clearly needs a shape up. But also, too, I get to stare at the time meter, so it's almost like a buzzer beater. I feel like an athlete, where I'm just like, just 9 more minutes. Just 9. Push it. bullshit. You know, I don't know what I'm doing out here. I have been watching a lot of TV since I've been on my deathbed, which definitely helped with everything. I started watching some Apple TV, Apple Plus. Yeah, that's right. All right, I got disposable income. I don't just borrow Netflix from my fucking mom. Okay, I'm a grown man. I have Apple Plus, even though I don't need it. Okay, Hulu might be on hold because of my credit card. But other than that, I have a lot of streaming services. Paramount Plus, talk to me about it. All right? That's what I put on my Hinge profile. I say, I'm a single man with commitment issues who has 5 roommates, but I have Paramount Plus. And I tell you right now, the DMs are flooding in. Oh, the DMs are flooding in, people. So make sure you join that fan club pretty soon, because you're going to have a long wait for these little peepers to read your sexy fan mail. Put some panties in there. Do whatever you can. Help the black community. And by black community, I mean me. I have been watching TV, though. Watching a little bit of Apple Plus. I'll tell you straight up, don't buy it. Apple Plus is a bullshit subscription. There's no reason for you to buy it. It's basically like Amazon Prime with way less shows on it. Like, I'm pretty sure Apple Plus is a shell company. Okay, like I'm pretty sure it's a fucking Ponzi scheme, or it's just like they're laundering money through that thing somehow. Okay, there's just no fucking way. They have I think they have 6 movies, 5 TV shows. You know what I mean? Like, it's like not. You go on there, you think it's gonna be almost like Netflix or something. Like, they're just gonna have so much shit. But they don't. They don't have they barely have any original content. But on top of that, they don't have other content. Like, they don't have The Office. Like, if you want The Office, you'd have to rent that from them. That's the thing. It's like Amazon Prime with less shows. Like, Amazon Prime at least has some exclusive deals with some of these, places or whatever, or some of these shows where you can watch them for free on Amazon Prime. Apple Plus does not have that. Do not buy that shit. I will say I use the free trial to check out some of their shows, though, because some of the shows are fun. So it's like, if you can calculate, okay, this show's coming back for season 2. I'll get it for a month and then cancel it after it's over. Do that. But just don't keep it. There's no reason to fucking keep it. It sucks. But the shows, the few shows that they do have are okay. I just started watching that show, Ted Lasso. Fucking great. Really good. I did not expect it to be so good. I don't know if you heard about it, but it's a Jason Sudeikis show or whatever. Him and Bill Lawrence. If you don't know Bill Lawrence, I believe he was the creator of Scrubs. So it's those two together. They created a TV show where basically Jason Sudeikis plays a college football coach, actually a junior college football coach in the U.S. who gets brought over to the U.K. to coach a professional soccer team. And it's just about being like a fish out of water, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, American, optimism and all that shit, and angry soccer fans and shit. Really funny, really cool. And surprisingly has a shit ton of heart to it, a lot of heart, which I really did not expect whatsoever. I'm just glad it's good, because I feel like they were shoving it down our fucking throats for months. Am I crazy? Maybe it's just my demographic of people and the things that I watch, but I feel like America wanted me to watch Ted Lasso so fucking bad. And you know what? I buckled. All right. I did. I buckled and I watched fucking Ted Lasso, and it was fucking brilliant. So you know what, America, for once you were right. For one time, you were goddamn right. Don't rub it in my face. It's fucking terrible. Yeah, I did love it, though. It's a good show. Very good show. Very funny. Really funny. Really funny. Really cool. I think too. I also think that I liked what they were doing. I feel like America, England, and Australia are. People never do this with 3 fingers, but they're like this. They're so close in so many ways, especially America and Australia. They're so close in so many ways. I would like to see more shows where they do things like that, where they like mix people from all those countries together, and it's not strictly an American program, you know what I mean? Like now we'll have like a British person come over, or like someone from New Zealand or Australia, and that's cool or whatever, but I don't know, there's something, even though Ted Lasso is a very American show, you know, it has a very, you know, American guy to it and all that stuff, and it's made by two Americans, created by two Americans and all that stuff, it is very definitively British. Like there's something very, very British about it, and it's not just the setting. It's, I don't know, maybe it's just the general acting by all the people, and maybe that's just how British actors act. I have no fucking idea, but there's something about it. There's an extra element to it that I think it makes it really creative and really fun, and I would like to see shit like that more, you know, like I really liked the show Wilfred, you know, which I know originally was an Australian show, and then they had Elijah Wood in it and stuff like that, which is cool. That's similar to it too, because obviously the person who played the dog was the same guy who played the dog in the Australian show, which was cool. But there's a part of me that I'm like, I almost wish like Elijah Wood went to Australia or something and got a dog to cope with the fact that he was lonely, you know, and then during this fish out of water situation, he feels like this dog can talk, and through that it plays with his mind, and you know, and I don't know, something like that. Like I don't know what attracts me to shows like that, or what made me really like Ted Lasso so much in that sense, but I think it is one of those things where you feel more emotionally for the person because they're not in the place that finds them normal. So you want them to win a little bit more, but you also like when people kind of rub it in their face a little bit, shit like that. So I don't know, it's fun. Really good show. Also Mythic Quest, saw that, which is really cool. If you don't know that, it stars Rob McElhenney, Rob McElhenney, I think is how you say it or whatever. But yeah, basically, you know, it's Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and also Cricket from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, David Hornsby, and stuff. And really, really funny. It's basically about them. And like this other woman who's actually Australian. There you go. They have this game called Mythic Quest. It's like a video game like World of Warcraft or whatever, and it's a workplace comedy. Really fucking funny, like hilarious. Like I've watched it over and over and over again. That's like one of my like new like go-to shows to just watch, and season 2 just came out, so I'm like super fucking excited about that. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff coming out these days, and I like seeing, especially someone like Mac or like people from Always Sunny, you know, starting to go into different zones while still having their show, because their show has been around for fucking ever now, and I think it's one of those things where it's just like they're never going to win an Emmy for it, which sucks, because I feel like there's been some seasons where they should have. But they're never going to win an Emmy for it. So I think what they're trying to do is just kind of, and they've given their lives to it. So I think what they're trying to do is just kind of spread out in different ways and just do their own thing. And then if awards and accolades come, they come. But regardless, they can be more creative and kind of do what they want. Because now they have carte blanche, dude. They've had a show on for like 13 seasons. Okay, like I know America has very, very long, you know, TV seasons and shit like that, bro. But I think they've beat Big Bang Theory, I think, in the number of seasons. Maybe not number of episodes, but definitely in the number of seasons. So it's just crazy, man. And big ups to them, because I feel like I wouldn't know a lot of my comedy if it wasn't for them, you know? If it wasn't for the Who Shit the Bed episode, I wouldn't be here right now. So if you hate this podcast, make sure you send them all sorts of awful, awful things on Twitter, just to tell them, blame them for Phil Rizdon. It is their fault. Yeah, man. Also, cool movie alert. Just saw the movie The Woman in the Window with Julianne Moore and Amy Adams. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. I thought it was really fun. Really, really cool. You know, as a big movie fan, I wasn't really into thrillers for a long time, but now I'm starting to really develop more of a palate for it, and I really like the pacing of the movie, stuff like that. If you don't know about it, basically it's kind of similar to the movie, what is it, Disturbia, remember that, with like Shia LaBeouf? And there's a movie that one's even kind of based on before, which I think even might be called like The Man in the Window or some shit like that. Long story short, you know the story, even if you don't know the story, where basically a lady's an agoraphobic person. She sees a murder in a window and she's like, "You did it," but everybody's like, "She's crazy. She doesn't know anything." And that's basically the whole thing. Really cool, really fun. What I liked about it wasn't really the story. Like, the story was cool, but I felt also, like I said, we've seen this story before. I felt like it actually was kind of, in some ways, a little bit cliched, and you can definitely tell that in certain places. I don't want to spoil any parts of it for you, but after I say this and then you watch the movie, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I know what he's talking about." But visually, it was fucking stunning. Like, it was really, really amazing, really, really nice, and it was really cool. Like, what I liked about it, there was one scene where, basically, the woman who's agoraphobic, she went through some really bad tragedy. You don't know what it is, but she went through something, and when they're all kind of calling her crazy, she sees the tragedy directly in front of her in her own house. And the way it looked was just so beautiful and just so well done. And I really like that, like a new usage of like visuals. I'm sure old movies have done it. I'm sure there's a lot of movie buffs who are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You didn't know about this one or this one or this one." All right, I watch Avengers and fucking Star Wars, and I get into indie films when I can. All right, I'm not watching the French film Black Girl, okay, from the 1960s every fucking day. All right, I don't have Turner Classic Movies. I'm sorry. All right, but it was really good what they did, and I've been seeing that in a lot more cerebral films lately. Like, the last one that I saw was I'm thinking of Ending Things, with that Irish woman who was in that singing movie Wild Irish Rose. Really, really fucking good. Really beautiful. Just like, amazing. Like, that one, I'm thinking of Ending Things, is really good because that movie is almost completely cerebral. So you don't know what's real and what's not, but there's so many different visuals in it that are just so stunning. And I think there's a lot of that in The Woman in the Window as well. So yeah, check that out. Check it out. Watch Ted Lasso. Try to find an old Taco Bell, or at least some pictures. All right. Ask your grandparents what an old McDonald's was like before they could talk to black people. I'm sure they're gonna have a bunch of great memories about it. Okay, guys. And thanks. Make sure to like and subscribe. That has been Give Me 20 with Phil Rizdon. I am Phil Rizdon. Like I said, make sure to like, subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, whatever the fuck. Support a dude, man. Help me out here. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.